afternoon, traders. This is Tony D from easyMarkets in Sydney. We have a special NFP preview for you today. Going into this event, we've seen the US dollar starting to recover. Now, the main event in town each month is this NFP number, and why it's so important at the moment is because we're getting a track of how strong the US economy is in a rate hiking environment. And importantly, we do have some new things that we need to watch out, not just at the headline number, which has been consistently quite strong, above 200,000, but also what we're going to be looking at is the average hourly earnings, which is going to give us a gauge of how much wage inflation there is happening in the market at the moment. And as we go into this event, dollar yen has risen for the last 2 weeks from below 105 up to 107.40 as we speak, and is threatening to break higher. The dollar index has broken above that key 90 level that we've been talking about in previous updates, and is holding above it, tested it today again. And so we'll just bring that in on the 1 hour there to see that little retest today. And the euro dollar is under pressure. So at this particular time, it's you're seeing a market that's short-term long US dollars into a major US dollar event. So the volatility can be much more heightened than usual. So what you might see is two-way action, regardless of the result, a weak number leading to a pullback and then fresh buying coming through of the dollar, and then a strong number leading to an overshoot, and then the reversal as profit taking comes in from not just today but the last 2 weeks worth of US dollar buying. The market was jolted this morning. You saw the reaction in the sharp selling coming through for only an hour or so, as Trump threatened to expand the tariffs that US is considering from 100 to 150 billion in sort of reaction to what China came out with their retaliation of 50 billion, and Trump was saying, well, that's unfair, and you know they can't retaliate at all. And so what you're seeing now is the the market may be actually starting to ignore this right now, because there's still 2 months of negotiations ahead. Maybe ignore the headlines, especially from Trump, as it may not actually lead to too much more in terms of or the reality of the tariffs being implemented, as we've seen that China's come back over the top, and any sort of any sort of uncheckedness or without dialogue negotiation is going to lead to a major negative event and major negative stock market. So a lot of them are taking the view that this is all negotiation tactics and not really real. In fact, the number that Trump came out with is such a big number that it's it's almost too big. He could have, to be more legitimate, it would have been better if it was smaller. So it seems like it is negotiations from that point of view. So the US dollar has been able to shake that off, and the stock market, more importantly, has been able to shake that off. So you got that in the backdrop. The trade wars, they are brewing and have caused a lot of volatility, but they seem to be simmering down as a main focus, and the main focus may go back to how strong is the local US data, and that's where we get tonight's number being so important from. So those of you who are looking for the US dollar to continue to rally, or those of you who have been fighting the US dollar, this is a very important moment in what's going to happen there. You want to see that dollar index back below 90 come by the Saturday close if you are selling the US dollar, and if you're a buyer, a hold and a break and a move higher here for the dollar index is really going to cement next week's view that we have got a bit of room here for the recovery. Dollar yen has heaps of room to 108 to 110. Euro has pulled back towards that 121, 120 level, where the bigger supports are, and obviously the Aussie dollar has the big support towards that 75 level if we are to have a US dollar strengthening environment. Alright, if you want to have a deeper discussion on some of those crosses, a few of those are in play at the moment. Come through on the contact details below. If you're not a member of the easyMarkets dealing room, please click on the link below and get a deal like myself assigned to you.